Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Megan, and today I'm going to be discussing the new movie on Tubi called How to Lose a Popularity Contest. So let's get into it. I actually really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was super cute. I wasn't really sure how the ending was going to happen, whether she was going to end up with either of the guys, but I'm actually satisfied on how it ended. At the beginning of the movie, the main girl has this boyfriend, and while they're playing a game with her friends in the basement, he told her that he wanted to run for class president. And she is just like, well, you're never going to win. Because people like us don't ever win in these situations. And so I was like shocked that she said that. Like, as a supportive or as a girlfriend, you should be supportive in a decision that your partner wants to make. And I feel, knowing her character is pretty intelligent, I feel like she lacked tact in that situation. And I'm glad that he had the audacity to like walk away and break up with her, because I was just like so mad. I'm like, you are not respecting your boyfriend and the decision that he wants to make. And it just like blew my mind. You could tell that he was kind of speechless and her friends were a little speechless. So I'm glad that he, had the guts to like break up and walk away. And she was like kind of like upset by it, and she really didn't understand why. And I don't know, it was just kind of like sad because it seemed like they really liked each other. But like I wouldn't want to be in a relationship if someone didn't respect me. Throughout the movie, she like does learn some flaws in herself because she is kind of like controlling other people, and she's not taking a step back and realizing that she's hurting other people's feelings. So in order for her, I guess, ex-boyfriend to win, she decides to get the most popular guy in school to run for president by putting his name on the sheet, so that there's only two candidates. It's her ex-boyfriend and then this guy, because she wants to get her ex-boyfriend back, basically, and help him win this contest by helping the most popular guy lose, basically. And so the popular guy realizes that she puts the name on the paper, and he's like, I need you to be my campaign manager. She's like, no. He's like, well, you got us in this mess. You're going to get us out of this mess. And so they start bonding and everything. And towards the end, both guys learn that what she was doing wasn't like very nice and was very mean. Like, her ex-boyfriend is just like, well, why couldn't we work together on the campaign? Why did you have to work with this other popular guy? Like, you think you're helping me, but you're not helping me. You're just being mean about it. And both her friends said during the movie that, I think this is just mean of what you're doing. And she doesn't see it as mean because she thinks that the popular guy will just like not have feelings about using him for this situation, when really he opened up to her and he realized that, like, oh my gosh, I thought you saw potential in me. Like, the things that you said and the things that you did, I thought I could do this. And it just like all blew up in her face, which it was going to happen. It was going to happen one way or another. It was just, when was it going to happen? And I feel like for this movie, they did a good job with her, like, going through the steps of her and this plan that she had to, get her ex-boyfriend back, but also like hurt the other guy. And I like the way that they did it. It kind of gave me like High School Musical vibes in a way, where when there was the conflict that happening, or like the climax of the movie, and there's always a problem that they're solving, and then they kind of work together to like resolve the issue. It just kind of gave me like High School Musical vibes, where it was like a little bit lighthearted, but there was still enough feelings to make you feel the way that the characters were feeling. And so I just thought it was like very simple in that way, where like each of them had that moment, but it wasn't like super dramatic or super theatrical. There was, I don't know, there was just like an authenticity about it that I really liked. And that, obviously at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's a movie, it's a story. But I really liked how it was shot, and like even like the background noise and everything. It was just, I don't know, it was just very simple, and it got to the point. And I think they did a good job of like not destroying her character, because I think her character is still likable. It's just she was just like way over her head. Like she was just like, this is gonna be what it is. And so it was really a moment where she needed to step back and like reevaluate herself as a person, be like, hey, you're actually hurting people here. And so I thought that was like really cool, because even her dad said at the end, he's like, well, you just need to apologize to these people. Like you need to apologize for things that you did wrong. And so I thought it was just kind of cool how she did apologize in, you know, her own unique way with her ex-boyfriend. I thought that was like really cute, because they still have like that connection. And then, you know, with the boy, the popular boy at the end, and they end up getting together. And then like the very last scene where they're all downstairs in the basement, you know, reunited and playing the game. And I just thought it was like a really cool thing. Like it reminded me of High School Musical, where they are kind of like all friends at the end, or they all come together for the resolution. And they kind of did that in this movie as well. I really liked before the very last scene where they're in the basement playing a game. I really liked the scene before that where the popular guy comes to her and, you know, she submitted his art to this summer program, and he kind of says thanks to her in a way. And they have like this moment where they do each want to be with each other. And so they have like a small kiss, and then they end up holding hands in the hallway. And then it kind of does this circular motion while they do like a kissing scene. And it was just kind of like beautiful how it like moved around. It was so simple with like music in the background, and then everyone, you know, is cheering because school is out for the summer. And it kind of reminded me of, they had a scene similar to that in like the kissing booth, where they kissed each other on the stage, and then it just kind of had it go around. And I just thought that was like a beautiful shot. I love like simple things like that, and then it just like fades off into the end of the movie. And I just thought it was like a really cute scene. But yeah, I absolutely really liked the movie. It was just like a simple movie. I really liked both the actors. I thought they did really well with each other, and they just worked really well together. I can't think of the actors' names right at the moment, but I really liked their dynamic, and you could tell that they have like a respect for each other. And yeah, it was just like really nice. I think they casted really well. Like I even liked the friends, and then like even just the scene and the theater. Like I don't know, it just gave me so much High School Musical vibes for some odd reason. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed this movie. It was very simple. It was cute. It would probably definitely be a movie that I'd probably watch again, even though I'm like so far, I'm years away from high school. But sometimes these lighthearted movies are just always like fun to watch, and to kind of get an insight of, you know, a little bit of teens today. I know it's a movie, so it's overly dramatic. You could just pick up different things that maybe teens are going through today that maybe were different than when I was in school. That's it for my review. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.